Sandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour podcast.
Hola, amigos. This is Billy Sheehan. You're listening to me right here and watching on the Weekly Pour podcast. Thank you.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher. You're listening to the Weekly Pour podcast with TBT and Ace.
I'm Logan, right?
Yes.
That's how all right, I'll go now. What's up, everybody? It's Logan from All the Pretty Things, and you're listening to TBT and Ace on the Weekly Pour podcast.
Hey, guys. This is John Karabi from, just about every band but ABBA, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Turn it up.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour. Great metalheads, crazy music, because we all bleed metal. Ciao.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay here, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Crank it up.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad. It's a blessing to teach you a lesson at the Weekly Pour with TBT and Ace.
The most amazing things that can happen to a human being will happen to you if you lower your expectations. Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
That's us.
Yay.
Greetings. I am TBT. That guy over there is Ace. This is the Weekly Pour podcast, episode number 63. We have determined, because we just talked about this before we went on air, we need hair and makeup.
Yes.
Because you're sitting there fixing your hair. I don't have that problem. I'm sitting here fixing this. Can't get the lights right tonight.
No.
Yeah, I got to turn off things so I can't hear them. And we need hair and makeup. We've already got a Natalie.
Right.
And she, half-ass moderates the chat. And we need, we need hair and makeup. So I don't understand. I just got bombarded in here in the studio by someone. Oh, hell no. Are you serious? Oh, son of a biscuit. So if, get out of here. Go, get. Golly. All right. Well, that's one way to get hair and makeup. What the heck did she do?
It looks so much better. You look very dry.
Well, I'm glad that not everybody is son of a biscuit. Ugh.
How about production assistant? That's what we should say.
Well, I hope you fall on your way out. Production assistant would be great. Oh my gosh. All right. So if you're listening to this and not watching, hair and makeup just showed up.
She's
care of my
late.
makeup. Yeah. Not so much for my hair. Who made that comment? You need hair first. Natalie, strike one. We're already there. Strike one. Dude, it is hot.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is 127 degrees today.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. In and out of my car all day. Come home.
We got a newbie in the chat. This is somebody who was in the chat last week, but I never mentioned it. But I'm going to mention it this week. My mother is in the chat.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
I see. Hey,
hi, Mom. Yes.
Hey, Miss TBT.
Hi, Mom.
My mother could not see the chat.
She should change her name to Mama TBT.
Right.
Or TBT Mom.
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, good grief. So my studio is in, you know where it's at, in my house.
Right.
Somebody was just knocking on my door. I can't handle this. You know what?
What are you doing?
This is ridiculous.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Oh, wow. That looks freaking cool.
I'm leaving it. I'm doing this today. That's it. I'm doing it. All right. I'm rocking it. So, yeah, we now have hair and makeup. I'm going to rock this the entire time. How did I do this in high school?
You had stronger neck muscles.
How did I do this? I mean, I don't even remember. It was never this dark. What is that? I don't
That's
know.
your emo look.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's emo, I got to do this, right?
Right. We can't
Yeah,
see
I
you.
got to pull it down over my eyes. This has gotten ridiculous. This is the last time I say we need hair and makeup, only to be thrown into the whole thing of actually getting hair and makeup. I'm more interested in knowing why the hell they're wig. Kathy, you don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. I can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry. Can't do it. All right.
So why do you have a wig in the house?
You know why I have a wig in the house.
Is it Roxy's?
Yes.
We've not seen Roxy in forever.
She's still here. She's purple today, or this month, this summer.
We just see the ore coming out of your head.
Yeah.
But never Roxy anymore.
No. I mean, that's because we're both on here. Now I could change it, and I mean I can scoot it over. At least for those that are watching.
Like Mick Mars.
There.
Mick Mars.
Who said that? You look like Mick Mars. Okay, I'll take it. Look, now you've got Roxy.
Yeah,
and have the entire show like this, so you can see half of me and all of her.
Nice shirt, Roxy.
Yeah, it's summertime. She's got guns out kind of thing. Put the purple one on. No, Kathy. No. Don't tell me what to do. It's not happening. If you're a first-time listener, first-time watcher, I apologize.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Anyway, where were we? It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. 127 degrees. You were outside working on the freaking yard.
Yes, I have things to do, and I'm tired of looking at junk.
Right. I mowed like a week ago, and I refused to do it this week.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah,
I'm not either. My mower is out of commission. I have to push at the moment, and I am not pushing in this weather.
No.
I have an acre.
Well, you probably just put some gas in it. It'll be fine.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
I'm not Sling Blade.
That's kind of where I was going with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
No, there's a belt off of it that I need to put back on.
Gotcha. Who made it fall off?
The grass.
Oh, okay. Who was using the mower when it fell off?
Unfortunately, I was.
Oh, okay. Because if you were going to say somebody else, that was going to be my ammunition to say, this is why I do the mowing. But you didn't. Wow. You were just called out. Apparently, he says you need to clean the turtle.
Again.
Anyway, welcome to the chat, everybody that's in there. Kathy, we see Wes. Mom, of course, was in there. Sandra's in there. Kathy's in there. Natalie, of course. You're at strike 2 now because of your comment on Ace. I don't even know if I can still ban people, but by golly, I'm going to. It's hot. We're not in the mood to deal with your sarcasm. Hair and makeup come in. Totally failed. You've got a foreigner shirt on.
I do.
I've got a Poison shirt on. I get called Mick Mars. All right. That was a great show. I hope everybody enjoys it. We'll see you guys next week. I'm joking. We're not going anywhere. Strike 3. Let me think on that. See, Kathy's going to get you strike 3. Anyway. Yeah. So we've covered it's hot. Speaking of hot, what makes you feel better when it's hot?
My pool.
Okay, what helps you feel better inside when it's hot?
You're going toward air conditioning.
I was hoping you would go towards that.
Oh, air conditioning.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. All right. So I'm pretty sure I discussed this. This is the TBT complaint number 1 for this week's show.
I'm not taking my shirt off today.
No. I have AC in the studio. So
okay,
we're good.
Let's close. That's
pretty sure. Kathy, y'all stop. Y'all going to get banned from YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is where we're doing our live show. It's also on Facebook. It's also on the Twitters. But when we're paying attention to the chat, it is in YouTube. So if you are watching on Facebook and you're commenting, we can't see it because we're not pulling it up because we're just that way. Anyway, before we were rudely interrupted, thank you. Strike 3, Kathy. I think I discussed the Garage Mahal. We decided it needed air. We had somebody come out, give us an estimate. The first estimate was $16,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't say that in French or Spanish. $16,000.
What kind of air are they putting in? And
Arctic,
what drink?
apparently. It is fresh from the spring of Greenland. They capture the air in cups and they bring it down. Little Eskimos bring it down and throw it in.
What other services are involved?
None. No happy endings, nothing, just cold air. So needless to say, Natalie, yeah, 16,000. Needless to say, that's a big no. Major no. Ended up going and getting another estimate that was far below the initial estimate. And Garage Mahal will have air in the next week and a half. So I'm pretty excited.
Right. The gold-plated company that was coming down for 16 grand, and you were smart enough to shop around and get it for about half of that, right? Roughly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because no.
It would have been almost cheaper to just bring fans in. If you had to do that, just bring fans in.
It would have almost been cheaper to just get a retractable roof.
That too.
Like whatever that stadium is that retracts.
Right, up there in Indianapolis, the one that... Oh, they haven't changed that name yet. That's still Lucas Oil, isn't it?
Yeah, it is still Lucas Oil. I was thinking Hoosier Dome because, old school.
Well, it's gone.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. All right, yeah, Lucas Oil. I was actually thinking of another one. Dallas. That one retracts. Is that AT&T Stadium? I think it is. But anyway, yeah. So, going to have air. Going to be nice. I may have to move my studio out there just to do it once, just to see.
Boy, I think it'd be cool to have your little studio set up in there, and you could, feel like you're going to work. You leave the house, you walk up the hill.
I don't want to go to work twice.
Well, I mean, you don't do much during the day.
Well, true. I'll give you that. But if it's raining, that means I got to walk in the rain twice.
But you dry off quickly.
What happens when it snows? What if I can't reach the Garage Mahal because it's snowing?
I mean, these are the prices that you pay for excellence.
This is the price we pay for fame.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. Done. I just got told I need Wi-Fi out there.
I think someone's giving you carte blanche to get Wi-Fi.
Pretty sure that's exactly what I got. Okay, sold. All right. You had a busy week last week.
I did. I had a real... So here at the castle, we have renovations going on.
Right.
We're getting the flooring put in this week after months of inactivity.
Correct.
We're now get floors in. So I had to clean the floors and get them ready Thursday. Friday, we moved the youngest into college for her second year.
Right.
We will see how that goes. She was wanting to come home the next day.
Already?
Right.
Okay.
Then Saturday, the wife and I were celebrating our wedding anniversary by going to a Nickleback concert.
Excellent.
Yep.
And before you get all the way into it, did you have fun?
Oh, heck yeah. I had a great time.
Excellent.
And I messaged you a little bit during the show about it. I felt like I was messaging too many people to... I get that way because I get excited about things.
Absolutely.
So you weren't the only one getting messages.
Well, it was kind of like when when we went to the Winger concert. It was like every time somebody came on, it was like, ooh, text, 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 video, photo,
Yeah.
whatever.
We're in the day and age where we want to share that stuff with people that aren't there.
Yeah.
Because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I videotaped one song during the Nickleback show.
No, you didn't.
Most of it.
You didn't videotape anything, you old geezer.
No, I videotaped it on my phone.
Was it a real phone?
It's an app with a videotape machine.
Oh, okay.
What do you call it? Filmed? What do you call it? What's
record?
Yeah, that just sounds.
That's what they say in today's age.
Okay, I recorded a song.
Yeah.
But not all of it. And I sent it to Kathy because she's a fan of Nickleback. And I was admonished for not getting the whole song.
If you're not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, you're not. Okay, whatever. We both got yelled at by not including an entire song at the last concert we went to.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought people would just appreciate snippets of things to see. That's pretty good.
Whet that appetite.
Right. Not many people want to sit through the whole thing, and I don't want to bother everyone with long videos. But,
you're getting lambasted on chat. You're just getting destroyed.
So, it's a 3-minute song. I sent 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
You couldn't just go the last 30 seconds.
My arms, no, I couldn't go that last 30 seconds.
You ran out of tape.
I ran out of tape.
Yeah, that's
and my arms got tired.
Yeah, because you're like this the whole time,
Right, holding up the video camera.
And then it's like, are you really watching the concert if you're watching it through your phone?
That's the other thing I think about. Like, how do I want to experience this concert?
Right.
So it's really cool. Before we had phones that we could record things with, you could sit and just absorb and be in the moment and absorb that concert experience. And now it feels like, man, I just want to record every second. But I don't have that much room on that. How much room do you have on your phone to keep that stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
How many times do you go back and watch it? I don't know that not very often, I don't think.
No. I mean, like, we've uploaded videos to our YouTube channel. Well, I don't need to watch it anymore on my phone, so I can delete it off my phone, or you can delete it off of yours. It's there. It's on YouTube. Back in the day, this is a prop only. Back in the day, it was this.
Right.
With a video camera. It didn't say Sprite, but it was a video camera. And there were rules against that, because your ticket would say no audio or video recording devices allowed.
Right. And now literally everyone has one in their pocket.
Yeah. Who was it? Miranda Lambert, just a month ago, a few weeks ago, that yelled at somebody who was trying to, take a selfie at her concert.
with her back to Miranda to make it look like they're
yeah, like they're BFFs, they're besties. But yeah.
There's I think it was a year ago or so that there were bands that were requiring that you put your phone in a bag that they provide. A company provides the bag, I believe. And they keep your phone. They seal it up, keep your phone for the whole entire concert. You're not allowed to bring it in because there's bands that don't want anything out there. Some of it use it as an excuse to preserve the concert experience, like we talked about.
Yeah.
So if you're engaged on your phone, then you're not engaged in what's going on stage, right? That's what the thinking is.
That's the theory. But I mean, the last Striper concert I went to, I downloaded a bunch, or I recorded a bunch of footage. Some guitar solos, some cool stuff like that. Have I watched it again? Yeah, a couple times. Has it been a while? Yeah. But one of these days I'll go back and be like, oh man, I remember that. I was with, this person, whatever.
Right.
Back in the day, if you will, we had to wait until it came out on VHS.
Pro shot.
Yeah.
Which is and re-recorded probably in the studio to make it sound better. But
exactly.
Shannon said she had her camera taken away in Lake Placid at the Bryan Adams concert. Now, probably didn't get the camera back either, unless they had it at the will call booth or something. But imagine that policy where they take your camera back in the day, and it's probably a remember the little Kodak ones, or a disc camera or something.
Yeah.
And you are 47 rows up in the second tier. I mean, how good are your photos going to be in the first place?
You couldn't zoom, like you can with your thumbs.
Right.
Your phone.
Right. My phone is in HD 1080, and I can blow it up. I mean, if you blow it up enough, it looks like you're right in the front row anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of sort of.
You cut out. It's kind of.
Oh, I said it's kind of like it's win-win.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So you can. So my philosophy is, if I don't want to keep it on my phone, I can actually always go to YouTube, because someone was probably somewhere and recorded something that I can see.
Right.
So if I want to watch some of the Nickleback show, I might get to see the one from Burbank instead of the one from Indianapolis, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, let me think. So back 90, I don't know if it's that far. 2002, 2001. I don't remember which it was. I don't know if they still do this. Metallica would record every concert, audio, and then a couple days after the concert, you could go back and purchase the audio from your concert.
Right.
I don't think you could get it for free. I'm pretty sure you had to purchase it.
The Who did the same thing on their last tour, I think.
Okay. I did that. I went to Metallica in Pensacola in Florida, and I'm pretty sure I paid whatever it was. It wasn't outrageous. I mean, we may be talking like $24.99. So $25, whatever. I recorded that because I went to that concert,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a phone to take pictures and all that stuff, but I've never listened to it again.
Never.
But I have it, ever.
Break it out tomorrow.
I should. I totally should.
Yeah, and listen to it on the way to work. Is it just off the soundboard?
I'm pretty sure it's not very polished. I am pretty sure it's straight off the soundboard.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool too. Not having something that's perfect.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, it's got everything. You can hear the flash pots going off, stuff like that. But
right, and on Aerosmith's live bootleg, you can hear the M80 going off at the beginning of Lord of the Thighs. Remember back in the day when people threw firecrackers like that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was like a ritual, throwing firecrackers at rock concerts. But
yeah, well, or bottles.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I just learned. Well, and if we get to this, I'll talk about it. But I just learned today that in England, it's seen as some sort of honor for them to pee in a bottle and throw it at you, like they're paying their respect by throwing bottled piss at you. I learned that today.
Well, that's cute, I guess. How was your crowd at your show?
So this was what was impressive. The show started at 6:30, which I felt was different, unusual.
Right.
So 6:30, right, and we have an opener, which is a guy getting 30 minutes, a guy named Josh Ross. That Deer Creek, which is a amphitheater that holds about 20,000 people.
Sure.
Packed by 6:30.
Okay, as I was going to say, at 6:30 it was packed.
So you couldn't fit a piece of paper between anyone on that lawn or in the pavilion.
The lawn as well?
Packed.
Wow. So Josh Ross
Correct.
Say that 5 times real fast. So, country?
Right. So this is that unusual pairing where these rock bands are finding country acts to go out on the road with them. So Josh is a Canadian country singer.
Okay.
Up and coming. My gosh, he can't be more than, if he's 25, I'd be shocked.
Wow.
Yeah, so he came out, played a short set, a lot of energy, bouncing around a lot, sounded great. The funny thing I found kind of humorous was he knew he only had so much time. So he would talk between songs, but he would talk so fast. He was almost like a chipmunk. He was talking so fast.
Canadian.
Well, that too.
Chris Jericho.
Right.
Very fast talker.
Right.
Kevin Owens.
And he was trying to get all his, hey, this is a song about this, and thanks for packing the stadium and all that stuff. And then next song. So he played about 6 songs, about 30 minutes. He got 30 minutes. I'm sure he did. But it was really good. And I'll go ahead and tell you this. He made the mistake after his set to let us know that he would be in the merch line for about 30 minutes if anyone wanted to talk to him. So between him and the next act, he was going to be at the merch table. And I look at my wife and I said, I need a guest for the podcast.
Absolutely.
So I jump up and I run down to the merch line, and I get there, and I am the only male in that line. The only male. And he had one thing he was selling, which was a ball cap for like $30. I did not purchase the ball cap, but I got in line. I made my spiel to him and his manager, and I emailed them yesterday. So we may have Josh on the show so we can talk about how he got on this Nickleback tour, how all this came about.
I see what you did there.
Which would be really, really cool. So
it would. That'd be pretty cool, eh?
Okay. So, yeah. But after this is what I really want to get to. After this was the strange pairing of Brantley Gilbert with Nickleback.
Now, who is she?
Brantley is a he.
Okay.
Strangely enough, Brantley.
Gotcha.
But Brantley Gilbert is the godfather of bro country. He's one of the first bro country artists, if you know what that is, which is basically songs about being a redneck, tailgates, tan lines, dirt roads, all the tropes, hunting and fishing, all the tropes of being a hillbilly redneck.
Right.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No.
These guys embrace that stuff.
Yeah, it sells music. It sells merchandise.
Right. And this whole style has taken off. It's waning now. There's been a bit of a backlash because people are getting tired of so much bro country out there, because there are several artists, Luke Bryan being one. Jason Aldean is involved in this. There's just tons of them. So right now it's waning a bit. So it made me wonder where Brantley Gilbert's going to go
right
after this, but he didn't give 2 fucks that night about what anyone thought about what he played, because he played his ass off. I am not a bro country fan per se, and we had zero expectations of what this would be like.
Right.
And I want to reiterate, last week on the show, I said it was Brad Paisley. I was wrong. It's Brantley Gilbert.
So close.
Which, no, I'm not. Which made more sense. So we're sitting there, and I don't even think his fans knew what to expect.
Whatever you do, don't look at the chat. Okay.
God damn it.
I'm just saying, just don't. Just don't.
Oh, thank you. So we're sitting there, no expectations.
Right.
And I don't think the people that were there that knew him had any they didn't know what to expect. Brantley Gilbert comes out, and he has got shredding guitar players. He's got pyro coming out of the stage. He's got rip-roaring drums, and I'm like, what is this? And he goes into his songs, his act. Now, he's got this gravelly voice, and it's loud, so we can't quite understand what he's saying. We don't know the music anyway very well, so it doesn't matter. But it's shredding guitars. He's singing his ass off, and I called it country metal. Is what I called it. That's why I was texting you. I thought
texted that to me.
Yeah, I said TBT. You might like this, actually.
Yeah, you said it's country metal, and I was like, what?
Right, and he at one, and of course, family, religion, all these are also tropes of this style of country. So he brings his kids out at one point, little 5 and 3-year-old boy and girl.
Oh wow!
With the little ear noise reduction headphones on, and brings the wife out, talks to the crowd about the family a little bit, and the kids they kept coming and going.
Let me guess, they were wearing headphones.
Yeah, they're little noise canceling headphones.
Right.
But he played an incredible set.
Wow.
It was a bit over the top, and sometimes there was they became caricatures of rock to a point where it was almost goofy, but it worked. It worked for what they were trying to do, but you could tell there was some goofiness with it too.
Now, had you listened to Brantley Gilbert prior to this show?
I only knew a couple of songs.
Because I can name zero, because it's not what I listen to. So
Right. And I catch things here and there, and I knew of him, and I knew a couple things.
Right.
That's why we enjoyed it so much, I think, because we had no expectations of what this would be. And he really surprised me because I don't know if I told you this or not, but toward the end, he's I think wanting to prove why he's on that tour. He mentions why a country act is here. This is why, and he plays. Let me see what I wrote down. Oh, they played "Blind" by Korn, "Whatever" by Godsmack.
What?
"Shine" by Collective Soul. In the middle of this set, they played "A Country Boy Can't Survive" by Hank Williams Jr.
Okay,
which was excellent. And then Kenny Wayne Shepherd, they played "Blue on Black," which I think he actually sings on the cover that Five Finger Death Punch does. I think he's involved in that, which that was excellent because it gives these guys room to really show their skills in these other types of music, which they're kind of leaning into anyway.
Sure.
It all fit. That was the scary thing. It all fit into what he was doing. It didn't sound out of place.
So how long was his set?
His set was something like 16 songs. It was almost a co-headline.
Wow.
I mean, his songs are short. They're short and sweet, but still, he was on a solid hour.
No kidding.
Right. He was on a solid hour.
Did you leave after, or when he was finished, did you say, wow, I may have to listen to this some more?
Well, I looked at the wife and she looked at me, and we both said pretty much we would go see this again. We would go see him by himself.
Wow.
Just because it was so much fun.
So I know you're going to jump into the headliner here in a minute, but Wes kind of brings up a good point, and he says that country isn't really country anymore. He was listening to the tune "Truck Bed" by Hardy. The last minute of the song is drop-tuned heavy metal guitar in a country song. You're absolutely right. We have discussed Hardy on this show numerous times.
Right.
That is a country metal rock person that I will listen to.
Hardy would fit in with Brantley Gilbert on this show perfectly.
There you go.
My brother-in-law kept texting me saying, "It's Hardy." He's trying to explain to me what this is. It's like Hardy, because he knows that we had listened to that.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. It's country for a second, and then blows up into metal, and it's all over the place, man. And we've talked about, Wes, how country is pop, country is rock, country is metal. It's traditional in some ways. It's all over the place. It's got its own genres within a genre.
This is the same kind of stuff that 80s bands were going through, specifically Poison, when they put out "Every Rose Has Its Thorn." It's too country to be a rock song, even though it was a ballad. And I'm telling you, the song that Wes mentions by Hardy, that's got more guitar in it than "Every Rose," obviously that one's not a ballad, but Every Rose being a ballad, everybody was like, oh, that's too country. It's too soft. It'll never do anything. And what happens? It becomes their number one song that, the number one that they've ever done.
And I didn't think about it back then being a country song.
No.
But I realized later that that's what he wrote. And I think they even talk about, I think Skid Row had mentioned in the book I read about the Sunset Strip that Bret Michaels wrote a country song, and made it a big hit as a rock song.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're talking about.
Did he, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he remade that. I mean, he's sung it numerous times, but I think he remade that with Loretta Lynn.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm almost positive. Kathy, I would expect you to know that. I'm almost positive that he did a remake of it with Loretta Lynn. I'm going to look that up right now because I don't want to be wrong about that.
Well, that's pretty fascinating. But the whole thing left you wanting more. Like, he was on for an hour and he played 16 songs, and it was all the same. Like I said, it's the bro country stuff, but we couldn't understand what he was saying in the first place. We didn't know the words. The people that all around us that knew him, they all had surprised looks on their faces all through the concert because they were having such a good time and they weren't expecting what they were seeing.
Right.
So, and it was, moved from one thing to another, to another, to another. There was no extraneous solos, nothing like that. So nothing to take your attention away from Brantley Gilbert and what he's doing.
So 2013, Bret Michaels put out a new album called Jammin' with Friends that came out in June of 2013. And it included Bret Michaels recording yet another version of Every Rose Has Its Thorn, this time as a duet with Loretta Lynn. And as I was looking for that, Wes posted exactly the first thing that popped up when I used the Googles. It says that Bret Michaels of Poison says he sang Every Rose Has Its Thorn with Loretta Lynn weeks before she died at her Tennessee home. And that was what, last year, I think it was?
A year ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. It was a country song. He wrote for a rock band, went number one in, I don't know, 89, and then comes back, however many years later, records it as a duet with a classic country star, and then allegedly sings it to her right before she dies.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. So if Brantley Gilbert can tour with your headliner, I was gonna say who they were, but I mean, you've already done that. If they can tour with Nickleback, then I am totally pulling for Taylor Swift and Metallica.
Well, we saw the story today. We'll get to it later if we want to, but Dave Draymond of Disturbed wanting to work with Taylor Swift.
Right.
So that would be interesting right there. But the headliner was Nickelback. And I thought to myself, when Brantley Gilbert had finished, that Nickelback needs to bring their A game because this guy was really good. Really, it doesn't mean I'm jumping into the bro country bandwagon, nothing like that. I'm saying live, and if you see him on a bill that you're going to, don't be apprehensive because it might be better than you think. So if you go to a show here, we're going to see Ace Frehley in November.
Right.
If he happens to be the opener, sit back and enjoy it because it's going to be good.
How was his band?
Band was excellent. Like I said, he had two guitar players that both could shred it up. They had looks that were interesting. Dreadlocks on one guy. The other guy, ball cap and a bright red shirt that really made him stand out. But they, I know I saw videos later where his drummer had a big mohawk. So this is not even a country looking band. They're not even trying. They're not even disguising what they are.
Right. Not a typical country-esque band as you would see, Bandanas and cowboy hats.
No cowboy hats. Trucker hats, but no cowboy hats. So his band was very, very good. Like I said, they were a little over the top. Like when they would play a solo, they're ripping into something. I mean, they're doing the poses on top of the guitar monitors.
Right.
You know, things that are a bit over the top for even an '80s band that that might do those things in a video.
Yeah.
But that was kind of part of the fun, is that they were kind of having fun with it and being kind of goofy. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So Nickelback comes about 30 minutes later. Now they've got the benefit, and the headliners at shed shows always have the benefit of darkness, because that enhances everything they do on stage. The lights, the video packages that they have behind them, and Nickelback had an extensive video packaging behind them, to the point where a mutual friend of ours has went to their show twice and was wanting them to change the setup, and got upset because they didn't change the set the second time that he saw them.
Right.
I told him that that's not going to be easy to do when you have a pre-packaged, programmed video set where every song is on certain beats, and certain counts.
Well, I'm playing an outside venue.
Right.
You're
right.
You're still limited.
Right. You're a bit limited, but it looked amazing. It looked amazing. And they come out, sometimes the opening act has a little less amperage. They have a little less of everything. I didn't feel like Brantley had that much less. He was very loud. Well, Nickelback comes out to thunder. So they play the opener off their new record. They play San Quentin, which is a good one. It's one that is typical for what they typically do, but that's not a bad thing. When Nickelback's good, they're very good. They put out a few stinkers in the last few years.
Sure.
As far
What
as I'm concerned,
hasn't?
Right. But when they're good and they're on their game, their records are really good, and their new one, Get Rolling, is very good. So they play all the ones that you might expect. They're a band that has so much on the table that they could play that you forget songs they didn't play. So the crowd was pumped. They're pumped up because Brantley Gilbert has pumped them up. Now Nickelback's there. Everyone's standing. And let me tell you, you know how hot this week is?
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, 70 degrees.
Golly.
It was perfect.
We
Perfect.
burned up the weekend that we went to freaking Winger when we went to Terre Haute, and it was, it wasn't as hot as it is this week, but crap.
Right. It was absolutely perfect. And I was concerned because the wife doesn't like heat.
Yeah.
At all. At all. I'm from Indiana. I'm a little used to it. Like, if you want to do stuff outside, you just kind of suffer through it.
Yeah.
She's not. She's from upstate New York, where it's like polar ice caps and things like that. So I was glad the weather was perfect for her, and she enjoyed every minute of it. They were fantastic. Halfway through the set, they did something strange. You know how I told you that when Brantley Gilbert slid into the alt metal, it worked. It was seamless. Nickelback plays Copperhead Road by Steve Earle in the middle of the set.
Okay.
They bring out Josh Ross. They bring out Brantley Gilbert to sing a verse. And it sounded great, but it was a bit different. It stuck out. Like odd, like, wow. And they didn't talk about why they're playing it. They just played it.
I would almost assume that you would want to do that towards the end of your gig. You're bringing on your opener and, bringing on your co-headliner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something you usually do towards the end of your show, but hey, good on them. You said it sounded good. I mean, that's really all that matters.
Right. I mean, like I said, you could ask for another, like one more Nickelback song, but honestly, they played everything they thought they needed to play, and it was excellent. Go ahead.
Did you get to look at that photograph?
I did.
Excellent.
It made me laugh.
Oh,
every time.
Oh, stop. That's it. No more.
I will say they've got a song on the new record that's similar. I'm trying to think of the title, but it's a bit similar to Photograph. Got the same nostalgic theme. Their video package with that was all 80s stuff. That of course, a lot of people in that crowd are in my age group anyway. A lot of younger people.
Sure.
But it was really cool to see the video package like that. And I'm thinking, first of all, Chad Kruger's that old.
Do you think the younger crowd was there maybe more for Brantley Gilbert than they were Nickelback?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But it could have been. The ones that were in front of me and all around us were definitely into Brantley Gilbert, and a couple had shirts. So that's why I'm telling you, it was packed at 6:30.
Yeah,
because there's no other reason for it to be packed at 6:30 unless you're ready for the opener, which is in this case Brantley Gilbert.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure we've both been to concerts before where it's like, okay, if we show up after the opener has started, no big deal. Because we're going to see the headliner. So yeah,
right.
No big deal.
I don't like missing opening acts, but sometimes I have, and it's like whatever, not a big deal.
Now,
but,
who's the lead singer of Nickelback?
Chad Kruger.
Okay. I asked you that.
Yes, I do. We talked about this. Did we talk about this before?
Yeah, we have.
Where it might be, we used to say Kroger. Is it Kroger, Kruger?
Yeah.
And I thought I had heard him say Kruger. So I don't care either way. Kroger, Kruger, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, Kathy, what's the proper pronunciation? Spell it phonetically. Well, I mean, if you spell it, we know how to spell it. Chad Kruger. Chad Kroger. Kroger is a place where you go shopping.
Right, and Kruger's a killer of dreams.
Yeah.
So the video package he played though for the with all the sentimental 80s stuff, that kind of tugged at me a little bit because man, that was really cool.
Sure.
Stuff we all grew up with, stuff I hadn't seen in a while. That was kind of neat. And then interesting thing, toward the end they were playing I think one of their ballads. And I'm watching this, but I look away for a second. And then I realized that Chad is gone. He's not there. And Chad Kroger, he benefits too because he had some vocal issues a few weeks back.
Yeah.
So I was concerned, is he going to get through this tour? Is he going to sound good? He sounded fantastic. But he also has a lot of help from his guitar player, Ryan Peake.
Correct.
And Ryan is an excellent singer. Does a lot of co-leads, does a lot of backup vocals. So Chad disappears. And I look up and all I see is Ryan, and Ryan is just singing the song. Like nothing has happened. My wife leans up to me and says, "Someone tackled Chad." I'm like, "What?" A fan had jumped up on the stage, tackled Chad Kruger, and he did. He was gone.
Did they tackle Chad Kruger too?
And Kroger.
Oh my gosh.
He's gone, and I'm looking for him. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then he pops up by the drum riser, and he's singing. Like we played some magic trick, like some Houdini shit. But then they make a comment after the fact that security had grabbed the guy right when he played linebacker on Chad, and he was fine, but they hauled that guy off to jail.
Why do people do that?
That's what he was asking. He said, "I never have understood the end game. What are you hoping to accomplish?"
Well, the end game is jail.
Yeah, is that what you're hoping for, though?
Right. Oh, what'd you get arrested for? I made the paper because I got arrested because I tackled Chad Kroger.
Right.
Chad K. Krager. Yeah. It's no different than we've Bret Hart.
Right.
His Hall of Fame induction.
Right.
Dude goes in and lays out Bret. Why? I don't get it.
I mean, how drunk do you have to be? And there was a lot of drunk people there.
Oh, I guarantee you. Wait. Let me rephrase that. I guarantee there was.
Right, and then Wes brings up the vocal issues. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He had to stop for a minute because he was had this sore throat. It was bugging him. He was raspy, and he finally finished the show. I think they cut it early. So I was a bit concerned, but he sounded great. They're one of those bands that, and I'm pretty sure no one was using any audio, no funny business, no lip syncing. They are one of those bands that sound as close to the record as you can get.
Wow.
Yeah, they sound amazing. So
Well, it sounds like it sounded very impressive that it was a good show, which I'm glad because,
yeah,
you know, as much crap as people give Nickelback or Creed or something like that, it's still good. And this is us being completely honest. We were the same way when we went to the last concert, not expecting what we got out of Nelson.
We poo-pooed it.
Yeah.
On the show. Like,
for sure.
Well, we hope it's good. And they were amazing.
Yeah.
So you should always, I guess, temper your expectations accordingly and not necessarily just deride something. But,
I think part of it maybe for us is the fact that a lot of times when we were going to see bands, I'm going to say it again, back in the day, your opener was normally a local band, that was picked up out of, whatever club or whatever promoters coming in. And sometimes people just didn't care.
Right.
It's not that way anymore because you've got all these, headlining, co-headlining, whatever. And now all of these people are putting on good shows. So maybe we're the ones making the mistake because we're not anticipating that, just because they're the opener and they're doing a 30 to 45 minute set, that they're not going to be good, and then they turn out like Nelson did and absolutely blow us away.
I saw Hailstorm at the ballroom in Indianapolis at the Mirage. And now it's a club show, so they get to pick an opener. And it's a local group typically for something like that. And that's what it was, a local band. Oh, gosh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. So that's sometimes where your expectation for the opener is. I mean, people were booing them off the stage wanting Hailstorm so bad.
Yeah.
So it was a good night. I'm glad I went. I'm glad that the wife enjoyed it. I added a concert to my upcoming schedule when I go to New York again. So we're seeing Shinedown in Syracuse.
Oh, that'll be a good show. Who's their opener?
Papa Roach.
Okay.
Papa Roach and Spirit Box.
Oh, that's going to be phenomenal. If you've not checked out Spirit Box, I highly, highly recommend checking out Spirit Box because they are absolutely legit. You're going to enjoy that. I would not be surprised if they come out as being your maybe favorite of that night.
You think?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're Canadian. It's a Canadian heavy metal band, but the difference is that, and I don't think there's another one. I think this is the same band. It's a husband and wife in that band because I think it's a trio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough about them yet.
I think I'm almost positive that they still are. If it's the ones that are from like 2017, then yeah, it's a husband wife duo, alternative metal kind. But they're pretty good.
Are they Cookie Monster vocals?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
Well, because when we interviewed Leather, she talked about liking them, and I was afraid because she likes Cookie Monster vocals.
True. No, I don't think so. I don't.
Okay.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Right. Regardless, I'm seeing Shinedown, and I've never seen Papa Roach, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be really good. Wes made a mention of this a little bit farther back in the chat, and I caught a glimpse of it as he was as everything was going on. Yes, Wes, we were very aware of the passing today of Terry Funk.
Right.
Ace and I were actually talking about that before we went on air, and that man, that sucks. That's I learned it through Mick Foley. That's how I found out. And then
He called you again?
yeah, he called me. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, that's another one of the greats from the originals that is now gone.
Right.
Those of you that don't watch wrestling and you're not familiar with Terry Funk, go back and watch Roadhouse. Roadhouse, Terry Funk is one of the antagonists outside the bar going after Patrick Swayze when what's his name comes out and
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. I can't remember Sam Elliott, but I can remember Patrick Swayze.
I'm surprised because everyone remembers Sam Elliott in that
Well,
movie.
I almost said Patrick Dempsey, so whatever.
That might be one of Sam Elliott's best roles, honestly.
Yeah, I'm big on that one and the role he played in Mask.
The one he played in When We Were Soldiers with
yeah,
Mel Gibson. That's an excellent role, but
there's no good role where he doesn't have a mustache.
Right, if he shaves it.
Yeah, it's like Tom Selleck.
Oh. There's only so many people that can wear mustaches, by the way.
Right.
And Selleck, Sam Elliott, Rick Rude, people like that.
Sure.
If I shaved this, you would laugh at me.
Yeah.
It would be, well, you're laughing now, but it would be terrible.
This is why I can't shave this now. I'm afraid to. I mean, you can go back and look at, earlier episodes where this is just grown. You can put it together and just watch it grow like a garden.
Like a Bob Ross painting over time.
Right. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So
yeah, Terry Funk at 79.
79. Cause of death listed?
I don't know. I hadn't read anything much about it. Probably did a moonsault onto a dynamite rigged table or something.
Yeah, with barbed wire.
With barbed wire. He was known for those types of matches. He was big in Japan. He had a nice run with Mick Foley in WWE when we didn't know who he was at that point. He was Chainsaw Charlie.
Right.
He had a fantastic series of matches with Ric Flair in the early 80s.
Right.
He had one of the best matches with Jerry Lawler in Memphis. I don't know if you would remember this or not. An empty arena match, which sounds stupid because nobody's there, right?
Right.
But they did a whole bit in this arena where at the end, the finish is where Lawler is so desperate to beat Funk, he takes a broken piece of wood from a chair and stabs his eye out. But they do it so well that you're like, holy crap, he really stabbed his eye out,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
he didn't?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Just so he's had his eye all along. He's fine.
That's
he's dead now.
Weird. Yeah. He had some super things in New Japan.
Right.
I mean, he was all over the place. All over the place. And this is other news that's super fascinating. If you're a single person, Britney Spears is going to be available again.
What is up with that?
Bro,
she just got married.
I follow her on Instagram. Okay.
I do too. And it's hit and miss when she's posed, but she's always dancing half naked.
Right, but is that really dancing?
I don't know what it is.
It confuses me.
And why?
No.
And why?
Like, I want to look at it and be like, yeah, that's Britney. But I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's Britney.
We freed her.
I know.
People wore shirts to free her, and now I'm wondering if we made the right choice.
Right. Hashtag put her back.
Yeah. And I believe the husband was a big advocate and helped in getting this, the conservatorship.
Yeah, conservatorship. Yeah.
Yeah, taken away. He was instrumental in some of that, I believe. And now he's gone. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I don't get it. She's not well. No, you guys are absolutely right. She is not well. Natalie and Kathy hit that on the head. She is not well.
crazed for attention any way she can get it. Kathy, I think you may be right, but there's underlying issues there. There's something. Maybe there was something to the fact that her dad didn't want to let go of that conservatorship. Obviously.
And I don't know that I should be. I don't know that I'm worried about the money. She's an adult, and if it's her money, it's her money.
Yeah.
That's not even what this is about, and that's what it should never have been about. If that's the case, because it sounds like there was a lot of people having their hands in what she was doing financially, and using the conservatorship as a way of, we're just trying to help Brittany, because she's crazy. Now I'm wondering if they were right. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know, but I'm glad nothing bad has happened to her. I don't want to see that. But man, I worry about her. And I mean, it's not like we even know her, but I worry about her. Her husband was drugging her. Okay. But maybe. I don't know. What I do know is I want to thank everybody for jumping into the chat today. It's that time that we bring this to an end. Kathy, Shannon, Natalie, Sandra, and everybody else that I've missed. Lou, you were in there earlier. Wes.
Yes.
Thank you guys very much for jumping in the chat. We really appreciate it. If you're watching now, if you're listening later, jump in there. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on that YouTube, or give us a review, please. If you're listening to this on Apple or through Spotify or through whatever else, leave us a review. If you don't like it, so be it. Just do a review anyway. If you do like it, leave it for us. That helps us generate traffic. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. We're on the Instagrams. We are on the YouTubes, Facebook, all that fun stuff. We are now streaming, not live, but we are streaming this podcast on TikTok as well. So be sure to give us a like on there as well. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say something about Music and More Records. Kathy is the owner and operator of said thing. Music and More Records. If you're looking for vinyl, hit her up, please. Let me see if I've got this still queued up. Pretty sure I do. And see if this one's it. Let me push the button. Boom. Looky there. Music and More Records. Be sure to check them out. Not only them, but Jason, our buddy at Bad Company Barbecue. Check him out. There's been some stuff going on with small businesses lately. Support them. They support us on a weekly basis, and we can't ask for any more. I want to personally give a shout out to my hair and makeup artist for making me look this awesome. I gotta put the hair on one more time, right?
Do it right.
Bro, I can't even find the hole. Oh, hell. I'm going to end it with this on, but I can't. Am I supposed to scream makeup when I need help?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
They should be the wings waiting.
Look, it's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's cousin it. All right. We are the Weekly Pour Podcast. This is my hair. That guy's Ace. I'm TBT. Nope. I'm ending it. You ain't putting this on. Have a great time. We'll see you guys soon.